So in the latest news, bro, they bringing the National Guards to D.C., bro. Man, what the heck is going on, bro? Let explain it, Ivo.
Well, I mean, Trump is the public safety emergency. Let's just call it for what it is. Trump, it's a distraction from the Epstein files. We
Oh, whoa,
know
whoa,
that.
whoa, bro! I guess don't, bro. Distraction, bro. Don't say that, bro. Whoa, bro. You gonna get us canceled, bro? Whoa.
Woo, I mean, hey, Mr. President, if you're listening to it, hey, I understand that.
Bro, you didn't watch the news? DC got crime out the ass, bro. Come on, bro. Don't be talking about distractions like that, bro.
Boy, I tell you, man. Hey, squirrel over there, right? It's a squirrel somewhere around here. And that's what they do, man. It's another distraction. You think about it. And then I hear, and this is what I heard from the articles I read. He said something like, well, we're just going to find them a home. We're going to find these people a home to stay in. And my thinking in my mind, I'm just like, you know what? The average everyday American can't even afford a home. So where are you going to find these homes for these people? And again, it's another distraction from the Epstein files, the genocide happened in Gaza, and the unaffordable living right now. So that's my take on it. It's just another distraction to the American people.
I want to kind of dive into this article about it, man. Trump deploys the National Guard and declared federal control of DC police. Here's how he's able to do it. First of all, let's say this too, bro. If Trump was a basketball player, he had one play, bro. Fake left, go right. Didn't we see this shit in LA? Isn't it the same thing they pulled in LA, bro?
Yeah, pretty much. I would say with the exception though, the only different thing here is that in DC they actually do have I mean most of the federal government is running and operating in DC. So I think what happened in LA, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, didn't ask for Trump's assistance. It was just straight, I'm about to do this because I can do it. So I think that's the difference here.
Yeah, and I want to kind of start off just talking about like the legal aspect that allows him to do it, right? So, part of this article that came out from CNN, I know some of y'all say it's fake news, but I think they did some pretty adequate reporting on this. Trump's additional move to take over the D.C. Police Department draws on the sweeping but temporary powers granted under the Home Rule Act of 1973, a law that balances local self governance with federal oversight in the Capitol. While the president can assume control of the police department for up to 30 days with congressional notice, meaning he just has to tell Congress, any request to control it for longer must be passed into law. What does this mean? He got 30 days to use this shit as a distraction. And hopefully 30 days from now the Epstein files goes away.
Bingo. Ding 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 ding
Come
ding.
on down.
And are we going to keep playing Scooby Doo files? I mean, the
Scooby
Epstein files.
Doo.
That's what I feel like. You tell me, man. I feel like this is like everybody is looking around and saying, "Okay, oh, why is he doing this in D.C.? Why is he not focused on the issues that the American people care about?" It's because, like in Trump's brain, literally, his brain is protect myself at all costs, enrich myself at all costs, get as much attention as all costs. That's all he care about. That's all he ever cared about. And that's all he will ever care about.
And they talked a lot about all this crime, all this crime. And it says this in the article. Similar cities like Philly, Chicago, St. Louis, Baltimore, and Detroit, historically known for high homicide rates, have seen substantial declines in violent crime in 2024 and 2025, right? So he just dusted off an old playbook. That's what he's doing. Old playbook. Old Republican playbook that people still fall for. Hook, line, and sinker every single time.
Man, why you think they keep falling for the same playbook?
Because if you tell something to people so many times, it doesn't matter what the facts say. If it's beaten to them, they just believe it. Trickle down economics. That makes no sense, right? But if you tell people that enough, hey, you give money to the people up top, then it's gonna trickle down to you. If the money trickle up to me, it's trickling up to me. It's stopping there, bro. You get crumbs. So it's like we just say things over and over and over again, and I think people just believe it. And I think that's what's happening in this case right now.
And the everyday American, I mean, I always ask the same question, but I have to because how does this benefit you? How does this benefit you in terms of affordable living? It just does not benefit you at all. And this dude is literally building more a ballroom in the White House. He's turned the whole White House marble. He had a whole press conference talking about the upgrades and additions that he made to the White House.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like,
The only
okay,
thing he claims to have over Obama. Remember?
yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, real estate, that's my thing. Real estate. I mean, nobody can tell me knows more than real estate than I do. And I'm like, okay, cool, man. But how's this helping your constituents? You cut FEMA, you did that. And to go back to this point, because I don't want to ramble on this thing, like they say they're going to round up these criminals in DC, round up the homeless, but you as the American person, I'll do the job for the media. Here's the thing for the media. I want you to really ask the follow-up question. The next time you talk to the president, ask him this question. Who pays for it? And where are these people going to go? Because again, the everyday American is having a hard time affording a house to buy a house. So where are we just going to magically get this land from? That's what I want them to ask the president. I'm curious about that. If you're going to round people up, where are you going to put them? Who's going to pay for them? Oh, by the way, you know who benefits from this? It's his buddies, because those corporations that will own these quote unquote prisons, think alligator Alcatraz, these people are going to get hundreds of millions of dollars from the federal government and going to line up their pockets and their families, and you get stiffed with the bill because this is coming out of your pockets, the American taxpayers. So that's just something to think about.
Rumor has it that this came out the Stephen Miller playbook. So the rumors were that like Trump was looking for a distraction, and they sit around the White House like they would on The Apprentice, and they just came through some ideas, and they had a lot of different ideas that people floated around. And one idea was obviously, hey, let's just put some National Guards in D.C. And I think this is one of the ideas that won out, and that is what's happening. So Michael Wolff reported on this. If anybody knows Michael Wolff, he's known for writing a book about Trump. He really does a good job talking about the mindset of Trump and how Trump operates very differently than any political figure in American history. And to your point, Irie, this is a distraction. And I think, guess what's going to happen in the next few days? Trump meets with Putin in Alaska. Just flood the goddamn zone.
He keep calling it Russia. He keeps saying Russia though. What's up with that? I mean, is that cognitive decline, or does he not know Alaska is part of the United States and not Russia?
Man, that dude, bro, you asking the wrong person, bro. So you
I
think it's a
mean, bro, we
conspiracy?
still got 3.5 more years of this. Like, it's drip, drip, drip every single day. But I keep hearing this whole cosplay, like, oh, well, we did the most in any other administration. They always have to like showcase like what they done,
Yeah.
but they keep getting goose eggs on the scoreboard. Bro, you remember high school, back in high school,
Yeah.
when when people used to play, maybe college basketball or football or something like that, and they always would talk about like how like they scored a touchdown or how
Mm-hmm.
they did this or their highlights and stuff like that. And you always go back to the film. If anybody plays sports, you will go back to the film and look at the film, and they were out of position. They missed a block, they missed a tackle. They always did something that was egregious,
Yeah.
but they always came back to you and said, "Man, look what we did. We scored a touchdown. We did this. I did this. I did this." And it just kind of reminds me like this whole administration is really it's really for show.
Yeah.
Like it's show and tell with no results on the scoreboard, and it just gets old after time. You just keep looking at it like this is not the best administration. Just do your job.
And I'll say this one thing to kind of close it out for myself is that what people really, really, really have to understand about all these different things, right? With Trump, I don't care if it's this, I don't care if it's the thing coming up with Putin. The worst part about this is that it actually stokes up some of the worst aspects of American culture, American history, or just American, like the dark side of America. So a lot of this has racial undertones in it, right? Black DC couldn't manage their shit, right? You saw that they said the same thing in Los Angeles. So you're using kind of like these racial undertones to cover the fact that you was doing nefarious stuff with Epstein. So there's a lot of collateral damage that he's willing to stoke up all these negative things just to save his own ass. Think about it, bro. This dude is we're not. This is not what the article is about, but he's willing to sacrifice a whole country in Ukraine just to save his own ass. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what Trump is doing in this situation. He's doing whatever he can. And think about it. When the federal troops, when the National Guard comes down to DC, they got permission to whoop ass.
Yeah.
And they got permission to whoop ass. And it's gonna be a lot of casualties, a lot of bad situations that happen. A lot of people get locked up as Trump just tries to, you know what I'm saying, Scooby Doo his way out of this goddamn pickle that he created.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what I had to say about it. Any last words for you?
Well, we're just trying to get to 500 subs. Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.